Oh, hello there, everyone. Happy Monday. Guys, welcome to Grow Show. My name is Kyle Evans, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Maps coach, Bold coach, all the things. And I get the joy to hang out with you guys today and give you your daily check up from the neck up. Guys, I have a special guest with us today. Someone who is fun, someone who is fancy, someone who is friendly, and someone who believes in family. All the F's that you think build a great and awesome life. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the privilege of sharing with you co-mega team owner, Maps Bold coach, the amazing, the one and only Jessi Willmann. Good morning.
My goodness. If you could just come and travel with me and always introduce me, that would be fantastic.
You know, you would think that I spent a lot of time preparing that. I didn't. Just spoke from right here. The old ticker, the old heart, just giving it out there.
Stop it. How to make the Southern girl blush.
Thank you for joining us today. For those of you who do not have the privilege of, the people out there who don't have the privilege of knowing you yet, can you give us an elevator pitch? Who are you? How did we get here? All of those things.
Yeah, absolutely. So he kind of told you a little bit about me, but I hail all the way from West Texas. I wore the hat and everything just to live up to the hype. Got my turquoise on. And my husband and I own a team, and we have a expansion group out of Reno, Nevada. And we've been doing this over 15 years, been with Keller Williams for well over a decade. I started off as an admin on my husband's team, and then gradually got interested in the leadership side of things with the market center, became our productivity coach, and then eventually became a team leader, and then fell in love with Bold. And now I'm a Bold coach and taking it across the country with our new Onward Bold, which has been so exciting. It's really one of the biggest privileges of my life.
Jeez Louise. Hashtag bold. Jessi, one of the things I know that you guys do really well there in West Texas and with your awesome team is pouring into the community, right? And building a database where we don't necessarily have to build a business on bought leads, right? You built a business on building a sphere and building a database and farming it and loving on it. How do you guys do that so well? I know it's a pretty ambiguous question, but like, what are some tips, some tricks? How did you guys kind of stumble upon this idea?
So a lot of people that know me know that one of my biggest passions, like truly, and it sounds cheesy, I get it, but one of my biggest passions is giving back, volunteering. I have volunteered for 18,000 organizations in town. One of my favorite things to do is to incorporate volunteering and building community within our team. So we actually have service projects that our team goes out and does. For example, I sit on a board for an organization called the Basin Dream Center for Orphans. It's a really neat organization that's very, very unique to our area. We're the only one that serves up to like 32 counties.
Wow.
And what it's for is particularly for young adults, so ages 17 to 24, that are finding themselves homeless or on the streets, or they have aged out of the foster care system. So one, it's something that aligns with my career and what I love to do in regards to finding people homes. And then two, it's a way for me to give back. Well, in April, our team is going to sit down and we are going to be stuffing Easter eggs for one of their big fundraisers, which is called Egg My Yard. And a part of what our team does is we try to connect with organizations in town, usually nonprofits, and we try to, well, we don't try, we do, right? We do an organization project with them, and we typically ask our team members, hey, what's an organization that speaks a lot to you or really tugs on your heartstrings? Where do you volunteer? Where do you tithe? Where do you like to send your dollars? Because it's an organization that has either touched you in some way, or you volunteer there in some way, or you're a direct benefit from that organization. And how can we get involved? And by doing so, year after year, month over month, we have created this really amazing just community outreach. And so people come to us when they're thinking of buying or selling their homes because we've already worked with them in a numerous different ways of capacity of giving back.
A lot of great stuff. unpack there, starting at the end, moving back, right? It's number one, you build that layer of trust, right? You've shown up, you've shown empathy, compassion, you've made it about that person, moving them forward, helping them out. And because of that, they're more apt to work with you as a salesperson, as a real estate agent. Yes.
Yeah. So that organization I was just telling you guys about, well, we just moved to a bigger, better property. We went from having a zero kind of budget to having over $1 million budget. We just purchased our forever property on 14 acres.
Wow.
It was to the tune of like $1.5 million sale. Guess who they used to represent them? Never saw that coming, didn't do that for that reason. And yet we connected over 4 years ago just by doing a simple Amazon wish list for them over the holidays. And now we've got 2 other properties that we're going to have to sell for them. Guess who they're going to use? And it never was that was our intention. We're going to
For sure.
their friends and we're going to volunteer for them because we need to have that $1.5 million sale. No, that's not how it works. And so one of my favorite things to talk about and to teach is the more you get involved in your community, the more you reach out, the more you give where you live. We talk about that all the time during Red Day. It comes back to you tenfold. Tenfold. And that's just one example. Don't even get me started on the theater.
Yeah, for sure. We'll be here for 12 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that she said, and I challenge you guys to do this as well, because if you're not giving where you live, if you're not engrossed in your community outreach program, is follow the simple questions that Jessi asks her team. Hey, what are you interested in? What touches your heart? What has impacted you? Where would you like to wave a magic wand and fix a problem, right? What else am I missing, Jessi? What are some good things that they could do to kind of clarify? Because there's a million charities out there, a million nonprofits, a million places to volunteer, but not all of them speak to us. And
oh gosh, yeah.
I
And
can be speaking for myself, but like if something doesn't speak to me, it feels like work, not joy.
oh yes, that's where it becomes a work, and I'm not volunteering. Like committee versus community, right?
Ooh,
Committee sounds like work. Community sounds like this is something I want to do from my heart. So don't think of it as committee. Yeah, there's so many things. If you like underwater basket weaving, guess what? There's a group for you. If you like to sing a little ditty on the weekends, or maybe musical theater and Wicked are just stuck in your brain, there's a community theater, right? There are food pantries. There are, it's crazy. You just start asking your friends, hey, what do you do? I like you. You like me. We tend to do the same thing. Let's go do it together. Voila. Because I guarantee there are 20, 30, 50, 100 other people just like you. And guess what? Those people need a place to live.
I didn't even think about that. And I love how you're taking depth to this. It's not just, hey, the start of being self-aware and what you enjoy, right? It's also, why not grab a buddy? Hey, listen, I'm starting to volunteer here. I'm starting to give back here. I'm starting to help this organization. Why don't you come do it with me? What so easy. And now we're not only upping our impact in the organization, we're also building stronger and deeper relationships with our database by giving.
And now you're also you are exponentially helping the community that you live in, and we all want that to be better. Like we all want that. We don't move somewhere and say, oh, just can't wait for this place to go downhill. That's not what we do. And I love it. And I encourage people all the time, like, jump out of your comfort zone for 2 minutes, find a buddy that's willing to jump with you, and then go make an impact, because the ripple effect that it's going to have will come back to you 10 times over. 10 times over, and when you least expect it. And that's the cool part. That's the magic of LIFE.
Life. Nice. So it's Monday. I had to spell that out in my head.
So
One
proud
of
of
the
you.
things, guys, or Jessi, let me ask you this question. If no business ever came from it, because you are being intentional with where you're giving back. If no business ever came from it, would you be happy that you did it?
Oh, 100 times. I've met some of my very best friends. I've met the godparents of my children. I have met and connected with people that I probably never would have walked up to at a social setting because of one reason or another. You know, we have these unconscious bias things that happen. When I look at you, if it's not like, hey, you've got on Frida bubblegum earrings, we're going to be besties. If that doesn't happen, maybe I would have never even had the opportunity to have that person impact my life until I was connected by an organization. I talk to new agents all the time, specifically in the bold room. And I'm sure you've heard this too, Coach. Hey, I'm brand new here. I don't know a single person. How am I supposed to go sell real estate? Well, you get out and you make some friends. You start showing up. The ones that show up, the ones that raise their hand, the ones that talk when no one else is talking, eventually someone's going to say, hey, I'm so glad you're here again. What is it that you do for a living? Because that's just natural conversation. We work with people that we love, we trust, and that we see often. That's one great way to be in front of someone to earn their trust and to earn their love and then earn their business.
I'll never forget this, and I talk about it a lot. One time I was listening to Gary speak, and he does this thing sometimes where he just completely throws people off and they listen deeper, right? And so he goes, I got to apologize to you guys. And everyone's like, Gary, what are you apologizing for? He's like, somewhere along the way, we have somehow convinced you that real estate at the highest level is sitting in a room calling people all day. He's like, real estate at the highest level is talking to and building relationships with 20 to 30 people a day, whether that is text, phone, in the world, volunteering, teaching, whatever it is. The whole purpose is communication and relationship building. And so I love this play that you have here, because more often than not, and you coach around the nation, so you get this too, more often than not, people don't want to sit and talk on the phone all day. They want to go do things. If I had $1 for every time an agent told me they were better in person than on the phone, I would be living on a mountaintop in Alaska, right? Just, I don't even know, just doing some things out there. But like, that's the thing. And so when it starts with, hey, let me slow down to speed up. What do I like to do? Where does my heart go? What do I have a passion for? We answer those questions, and now we've got a loose idea. What do we do next?
So you've got a loose idea. Get on the old Google. It's this amazing little thing, kind of like a Rolodex, kind of like a card catalog. These are all ancient terms that I'm using. So get on Google and say, organization in my town, organization near me. Guys, a funny thing, your city government has a ton of opportunity for you to volunteer. There's parks and recreation. It doesn't go a lot like the show. However, it could be in a town near you. Who knows? Go for it. But there's permitting. There are all of these different areas that our city relies on people who live there, who do not get paid, to then volunteer their thoughts, ideas, opinions, and votes in order for how our city is going to continue to move on. Then that can eventually lead to city council, or it can lead to being the mayor of your city, whatever the case may be. I just want you to think outside of the box, that it's not just nonprofit organizations. It could be your church. They need somebody to come up there and help with fluffing the pews. I don't know, but they've got things that they need you to do. They need help with making food for the morning. They need help with this. There's going to be something that you love. My grandmother, she knits and crochets. I don't know the difference. They both have needles and yarn, but she is a part of the prayer shawl community at her church. And they get together and they have fun, community, and they talk and they drink tea, coffee, and they are sitting there knitting or crocheting these prayer shawls, which then are blessed and then they give out to their community when someone is sick. Or I had no idea that was a thing. 84-year-old grandmama loving it, keeps her going, right? So it doesn't always have to be this huge production of an organization. You just start talking, start Googling, become a a keyboard cat, the warrior that goes after it. And then you show up. And that's the scariest part. And I understand that. I'm going to go to this place that I've never been before. No one knows who I am. I have to put on one of those, hello, my name is Jessi name tags. It's only going to hurt for about five seconds. And then you're going to be greeted with a smile. You're going to start a conversation and you're going to feel like, okay, I belong. And then that's when the magic starts to happen. Whether you've done it for a day or whether it's your 10th year walking into that building, people are going to automatically connect with you. And then people are going to ask you what you do for a living. And then they're going to want to support you, whether it's them buying a home or it's them telling a friend who they know is buying a home. And they say, I work with this person every single week. They are loyal. They are strong. They've got a good heart. I really think that you should give them a call. Here's their name and number. And then they become like referral magnets for you. It's amazing.
Have you ever joined an organization you didn't want to stay with?
Yes.
What do you do then? What if you're like, oh God, I have made an egregious error and picked the wrong organization? Are you stuck there forever? Like what happens next?
Well, it depends on if you are a board member or if you're a committee member with a certain term. But you can always say, I'm sorry, guys, this isn't what I expected, and I'm going to have to turn in an early resignation. Deuces. And then you go and you find somebody else. Guys, it's okay. We make wrong choices all the time. I was wearing 2 different shoes yesterday. Did it ruin my life? No. Did I end up making a joke out of it and showed everyone? Yes. And here we are today. 2 right shoes. Everything's fine.
Guys, we can either start or we can talk about starting. Scott Toom said this the other day and it was so great. He was like, if you go out and you walk a mile or run a mile or sprint a mile, you've gone a mile. If you sit and you talk about all the different ways to run a mile and how you're going to do it, and you just talk about it, you never went a mile. So what we're telling you to do is this, guys, just start. Get on the Google, get on the InstaWebs, find something that you may enjoy. Like, we're not getting married here. We're not putting shackles of service on you forever.
Sure.
Find something you might be interested in and then go give it a shot. And like Jessi said, it's going to be awkward for a second, and then it's not. And one of the things that I heard her say, which is so powerful, and we should constantly remind ourselves of this, is we don't know the people yet that we may end up having the deepest relationships with. Think about that next time you're scared to talk to somebody, or you have the fear of rejection or the fear of failure about a relationship. You don't even know the person yet of someone you might have the deepest relationship of your life with.
I'm reading John Maxwell right now, the 16 Undeniable Laws of Communication. And he literally just said that. He said, I go into every single one of my speeches, or I go into every single one of these, conferences that they hire me for. And I always think the next person who could be my biggest influencer could be standing in that room. That hit me hard. Because we still may not have met the person that could skyrocket us to all of our dreams. And what if they're standing in that organization on the other side of that door that you might be afraid to walk through?
Your future best friend may be out there, ladies and gentlemen. And then again, if you don't like it, write this down, tattoo it on your brain. You can change your scenery, or you can change your scenery. And what I mean by that is you can be the influence or the impact of changing the organization, helping the culture, bringing awesome people in, or you can leave. You can go find another organization. This isn't forever if you don't want it to be. But go out and give, man. Go out and find something like this. And one of the things I know for certain, and like you said, a cliche, givers gain every time. Guys, givers gain. When you give, you feel good. It's all I give a lot of myself and to the community and other people. And I got to tell you guys, I do it selfishly. And here's why, because it makes me feel good. It just does.
Heck yeah. If you are having a down day, if you are feeling one way or the other and it's not great, go do something for someone else and you are fired up. It is better than any Celsius. It is better than any coffee. It is better than any combination of the two. You just get this euphoric feeling because guess what? Our bodies, they were designed that way. We release these endorphins. We release all of this when we do something awesome for somebody else. That tells me that we should be doing a lot more of it.
Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for another lead lever, if you're looking to just feel better, if you're looking to make an impact on your community, if you're sitting around and you're like, man, just calling and texting leads is not enough for me, I don't get joy out of this, reach out to Jessi. Think about implying this play here. Go get on the Googles, find something you're interested in, be self aware, and then just start. And you may just be shocked, ladies and gentlemen, about the benefits that you find from stepping outside of your comfort zone.
True that.
Jessi, before I release the people to their Monday, any final thoughts, any final words, any mic drops for the people of the internet this morning?
You know, a lot of realtors, we are very highly gifted at gab, right? Whether you have kissed the Blarney Stone and you received that gift, whatever the case may be, we are highly gifted at talking. Okay. But one thing that John Maxwell says is that if you're highly gifted, you've got this temptation to just wing it.
Heard that.
Right. But imagine if you continued to work at it. Like if you continue to put yourself in these situations or you continue to walk into these organizations that maybe you've never been to before and you really practice what you were going to say. You really worked at how do I connect to someone so that I can make a new friend, a new colleague, a new person that's going to impact my life. Think about all of that, your gift, your natural talent, and now you go and you start working on it and it just becomes this amazing, wonderful creation that you were meant for. Go do that.
Go do that, ladies and gentlemen. She hit you with the law of preparation. She hit you with giving in your community. I loved, and write this down. This is one of my takeaways. Man, go find or go make a community, not a committee. Whew. That was good.
Oh,
guys,
mic drop.
Jessi, how can they get in touch with you, man? If they're digging your vibe, if they're drinking your tea, what's a good way that they can get in touch with you?
Oh my gosh, please. I would love that. So I'm on the Facebook, the TikTok, and the Instagram, the IGs. I'm on the meta stuff. It's still around, so I'm still there. It's Jessi, Jessi, Timm, Timm. That was my maiden name. -Willmann, Willmann. All the double letters, all the German influence. You can find me there or Jessi at KW.com.
Go find her in a bold room near you as well, guys. Jessi, thanks for joining us, man. Have a great Monday.
Hey, you do the same. Thanks, Kyle.
See you guys tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen.